The world has been graced with the talents of some iconic gay celebrities who have left an unforgettable impact on our culture. But do you know what Pedro Zamora, Freddie Mercury, and Rock Hudson have in common? Let's dive into the lives of 20 famous gay celebrities who died of AIDS. Number 1. Pedro Zamora, a young man who became an icon for HIV/AIDS awareness. Pedro was an activist who openly shared his experience of living with HIV. His story touched so many lives, especially because of his appearance on MTV's The Real World. At just 22 years old, Pedro showed incredible bravery. He used his platform to educate others, breaking down the stigma around HIV/AIDS during a time when the topic was rarely discussed openly. His honesty and charisma made him a beloved figure, especially among young people. Tragically, Pedro's health declined quickly during the filming of The Real World. Just hours after the final episode of his season aired, he passed away on November 11, 1994. He was only 22 years old. Pedro's story remains a powerful reminder of how one person can inspire change and spread awareness, even in the face of incredible challenges. Number 2. Freddie Mercury, the legendary frontman of Queen. Freddie was more than just a singer. He was a musical icon who inspired millions with his incredible voice, stage presence, and creativity. Unforgettable hits like Bohemian Rhapsody marked Freddie's career. We Are the Champions and Don't Stop Me Now. He lived life boldly, staying true to himself and his art. Even when his health began to decline, he continued creating music, working on Queen's album Innuendo, which featured the moving track The Show Must Go On. On November 23, 1991, Freddie made a public statement confirming he had AIDS. Sadly, just one day later, on November 24, 1991, he passed away. His death brought global attention to the AIDS crisis, helping to reduce stigma and spark conversations about the disease. Freddie's music and legacy live on, reminding us to celebrate life, love, and individuality. Number 3. Rock Hudson, one of Hollywood's most famous leading men. In the 1950s and 60s, Rock was the definition of a movie star: tall, handsome, and charismatic. He starred in classics like Giant alongside Elizabeth Taylor and James Dean. However, Rock's personal life was much more complicated. In an era when being openly gay could ruin a career, he kept his sexuality a secret. In 1984, Rock was diagnosed with AIDS, a disease that was still surrounded by fear and stigma at the time. In 1985, Rock made headlines when he publicly revealed his diagnosis. This was a groundbreaking moment, as he was one of the first major celebrities to talk about AIDS. His openness helped shine a light on the disease and encouraged important conversations about HIV, AIDS awareness, and prevention. Sadly, Rock Hudson passed away later that year on October 2, 1985. His courage in speaking out during his final months left a lasting impact, helping to change public attitudes and promote understanding. Number 4. Liberace, one of the most flamboyant and entertaining performers of his time. Known as Mr. Showmanship, Liberace dazzled audiences with his piano skills, extravagant outfits, and larger-than-life stage presence. He wasn't just a musician, he was a full-blown entertainer who knew how to put on a show. Despite his public persona, Liberace kept his personal life very private. Throughout his career, he denied being gay and even went so far as to sue tabloids that speculated about his sexuality. This was a time when societal acceptance was far from what it is today, and being openly gay could have ended his career. In 1987, Liberace passed away at the age of 67. Initially, his death was attributed to heart failure, but it was later confirmed that he had died of AIDS-related complications. His passing shed light on the struggles many LGBTQ+ individuals faced during that time, including the fear of being true to themselves. Even today, Liberace is remembered for his incredible talent and as a symbol of resilience in the face of societal pressure. Number 5. Keith Haring, a groundbreaking artist whose vibrant and bold works became iconic in the 1980s. Haring's art wasn't just about colors and shades, it carried powerful messages about social justice, love, and equality. His distinctive style can still be seen in murals, posters, and galleries worldwide. In 1987, Keith was diagnosed with HIV. Instead of retreating, he used his art to raise awareness about the AIDS crisis. He established the Keith Haring Foundation, which provided support for AIDS organizations and programs for children. His work became a voice for those affected by the epidemic, spreading messages of hope and activism. Sadly, Keith Haring's life was cut short. He passed away in 1990 at the young age of 31. Despite his brief life, his legacy continues to inspire both artists and activists, reminding us of the power of creativity and compassion in the face of adversity. Number 6. Rudolf Nureyev, one of the most celebrated ballet dancers and choreographers in history. Known for his incredible talent and magnetic stage presence, Nureyev revolutionized the world of dance. He broke boundaries, challenging traditional gender roles in ballet and creating powerful, innovative performances. Nureyev's life was full of bold choices, including defecting from the Soviet Union to pursue his career in the West. He formed an iconic partnership with Dame Margot Fonteyn, and their performances of Romeo and Juliet and Swan Lake became legendary. In the late 1980s, Nureyev's health began to decline as he battled AIDS. Despite his illness, he continued to choreograph, conduct, and even perform when he could. His dedication to his art was unwavering. On January 6, 1993, Rudolf Nureyev passed away at the age of 54 due to AIDS-related complications. His impact on ballet remains unparalleled, and his fearless approach to life and art continues to inspire dancers around the world. Number 7. Willi Smith, a groundbreaking fashion designer who changed the industry forever. Known for blending sportswear with high fashion, Willi created clothes that were stylish, accessible, and practical. His label, Williwear, became iconic in the 1980s for its bold colors and innovative design. Willi believed fashion was for everyone, not just the elite. His designs were approachable and celebrated individuality, making him a pioneer in democratizing high fashion. Unfortunately, Willi's life was cut short. He passed away in 1987 at just 39 years old, with his death later linked to AIDS-related complications. At the time, his company respected his wishes and kept the details of his illness private. Willi Smith's legacy lives on as a trailblazer in the fashion world. His work continues to inspire designers and remind us that style and creativity can truly connect people. Number 8. Roy Cohn, a powerful and controversial attorney who played a significant role in American politics during the mid-20th century. Known for his aggressive and ruthless tactics, Cohn gained fame as legal counsel to Senator Joseph McCarthy during the infamous Red Scare. Cohn was a deeply polarizing figure while he helped shape the careers of high-profile clients, including Donald Trump. His involvement in the Lavender Scare persecuted LGBTQ+ individuals in government roles a tragic irony, given his own concealed sexuality. In 1984, Cohn was diagnosed with AIDS. However, he fiercely denied his illness, attributing his declining health to liver cancer instead. He passed away on August 2, 1986, at the age of 59, never publicly acknowledging his HIV status or sexuality. Cohn's life is a reminder of the complex struggles individuals faced during an era of intense stigma and secrecy surrounding AIDS and LGBTQ identity. Number 9. Anthony Perkins, best known for his chilling portrayal of Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Perkins became a Hollywood star in the 1960s, often playing sensitive and complex characters. His talent earned him critical acclaim and a lasting place in film history. Behind the scenes, however, Perkins lived a private life. During a time when society was less accepting, he kept his sexuality hidden. He even underwent therapy in an attempt to suppress his attraction to men, reflecting the pressures of the era. In the late 1980s, Perkins was diagnosed with HIV. Despite his illness, he continued to work, maintaining a quiet dignity about his condition. He passed away on September 12, 1992, at the age of 60. Anthony Perkins' story highlights the challenges faced by LGBTQ+ individuals in Hollywood during his time. His legacy as an actor remains iconic, while his journey reflects the courage it took to navigate a life filled with societal pressure. Number 10. Wade Domings. Let's take a moment to remember Wade Domings, a talented actor, dancer, and model whose career was full of promise. Wade was best known for his role as Emilio Ramirez in the 1995 movie Dangerous Minds, where he starred alongside Michelle Pfeiffer. His performance left a lasting impression on audiences and showcased his incredible range as an actor. Before his big break, Wade started as a go-go dancer in nightclubs and worked as a model, gaining recognition for his striking looks and natural charisma. His journey to fame wasn't easy, but his determination and talent eventually earned him a spot in Hollywood. Unfortunately, Wade's life was tragically short. In 1998, at just 32 years old, he passed away due to respiratory failure caused by AIDS. Many in the industry were unaware of his illness, as he kept his condition private, preferring to be known for his talent rather than his struggles. Wade's story is a poignant reminder of the challenges faced by so many during the height of the AIDS epidemic. Though his time in the spotlight was brief, his impact remains unforgettable. Number 12. Robert Reed, a beloved actor best known for his role as Mike Brady, the wholesome and wise father on The Brady Bunch. For millions of viewers, Robert Reed was the ultimate TV dad, solving family problems with warmth and care. Behind the scenes, however, Robert faced significant personal struggles. In a time when being openly gay was almost unthinkable in Hollywood, he kept his sexuality private. Despite this, he was deeply respected by his co-stars, who often described him as a father figure both on and off the set. In 1991, Robert was diagnosed with colon cancer, but medical records later revealed that he was also living with HIV. He passed away on May 12, 1992, at the age of 59, while his death was primarily attributed to cancer. The HIV diagnosis highlighted the stigma and secrecy that many LGBTQ+ individuals faced, even in the later stages of life. Robert Reed's legacy goes beyond his iconic role. He left behind a body of work that brought joy to audiences and continues to be celebrated today. Number 13. Steve Rubel, the man who helped define New York City nightlife in the 1970s. Steve was the co-founder of the legendary nightclub Studio 54, a place that became synonymous with glamour, excess, and freedom. The club was a hotspot for celebrity, artists, and anyone looking to escape into a world of music and dance. Before opening Studio 54, Steve had tried his hand at various ventures, but it wasn't until he partnered with Ian Traeger that he found his true calling. Together, they transformed a former television studio into the most famous nightclub in the world. With its anything-goes atmosphere, Studio 54 became a cultural icon. However, the success didn't last forever. In 1978, the club was raided by the IRS, and Steve and Ian were sentenced to prison for tax evasion. After serving his time, Steve shifted his focus to the hospitality industry, opening successful boutique hotels with Ian. Tragically, Steve Rubel passed away on July 25, 1989, at the age of 45 due to complications from AIDS. At the time, many of his struggles were kept private, reflecting the stigma of the era. Steve Rubel's influence on nightlife and culture remains legendary, and his story reminds us of the creative freedom that defined Studio 54's golden years. Number 14. Steven Stucker, a comedian and actor best remembered for his scene-stealing role in the comedy classic Airplane. Steven's unique energy and quirky delivery made his character, Johnny, an unforgettable part of the film. Steven's career was rooted in his natural comedic talent. He started in theater, performing in San Francisco before making his way to Hollywood. He gained a reputation for his off-the-wall humor and ability to bring unexpected joy to any role he played. In 1984, Steven was diagnosed with AIDS. At a time when the disease was surrounded by fear and stigma, Steven made the brave decision to be open about his diagnosis. He became one of the first public figures in Hollywood to speak openly about living with AIDS, using his platform to raise awareness and fight the stigma. Sadly, Steven's life was cut short. He passed away on April 13, 1986, At the age of 38, his openness about his illness was groundbreaking and paved the way for greater understanding and compassion for those living with AIDS. Steven Stucker's legacy is one of laughter, courage, and breaking barriers during a challenging time. Number 15, Paul Shenar, a talented actor with a commanding presence who left his mark on both film and theater. Paul is perhaps best known for his role as the villain Alejandro Saza in the iconic movie Scarface. His powerful portrayal of the ruthless drug lord made him unforgettable to audiences. Paul's career extended beyond the big screen. He was a respected stage actor, appearing in numerous productions and earning admiration for his dedication to his craft. His deep voice and striking appearance made him a standout performer in every role he took on. Unfortunately, Paul's life was tragically short. He passed away on October 11, 1989, at the age of 53 due to complications from AIDS. Like many others of his time, he faced the stigma and challenges that came with living with the disease. Paul Shenar's contributions to film and theater continue to be remembered. His performances showcased his incredible talent, and his legacy lives on through the roles he brought to life. Number 16, Howard Ashman, the brilliant lyricist who brought magic to Disney's most beloved films. Howard was the creative mind behind unforgettable songs in The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. His work transformed Disney animation, combining heartfelt storytelling with Broadway-style songs that remain iconic to this day. Howard started his career in theater, most notably with the hit musical Little Shop of Horrors. When he joined Disney in the late 1980s, his partnership with composer Alan Menken became legendary. Together, they created timeless songs like Under the Sea, Be Our Guest, and Friend Like Me. In 1988, Howard was diagnosed with HIV, a secret he kept from most people at the time. Despite his illness, he continued to work tirelessly, infusing his lyrics with emotion and depth. His final project was Aladdin, though he didn't live to see its completion. Howard Ashman passed away on March 14, 1991. At the age of 40, his work not only changed the course of Disney animation, but also brought attention to the stigma surrounding AIDS. At the end of Beauty and the Beast, a tribute reads, "To our friend Howard, who gave a mermaid her voice and a beast his soul." Howard's legacy lives on in the music that continues to touch hearts around the world. Number 17, Andre Nepeller, a figure skating legend who made history with his elegance and skill on the ice. Born in Czechoslovakia, Andre's talent was evident from a young age. He became a national hero by winning the gold medal in men's figure skating at the 1972 Winter Olympics in Sapporo, Japan. Known as the Ice Prince, Andre was celebrated for his graceful style and precise technique. After retiring from competitive skating in 1973, he continued his career as a professional skater and later became a coach in Germany, where he mentored young skaters and shared his expertise. In the late 1980s, Andre's health began to decline. He was diagnosed with cancer of the lymph nodes, a condition suspected to be related to AIDS. Tragically, Andre passed away on February 2, 1989, at just 38 years old. Andre Nepeller's legacy lives on as a trailblazer in the world of figure skating. He remains an inspiration to skaters and fans alike, proving that dedication and artistry can leave a lasting impact. Number 18, Brad Davis, a talented actor who made a lasting impression with his powerful performances. Brad is best known for his role in the 1978 film Midnight Express, where he played Billy Hayes, an American imprisoned in Turkey. His raw, emotional portrayal earned him a Golden Globe and widespread acclaim. Brad became known for taking on intense and challenging roles, showcasing his incredible range as an actor. However, his life behind the scenes was marked by personal struggles, including substance abuse, which many believe contributed to his HIV diagnosis in the 1980s. For 6 years, Brad kept his diagnosis private, sharing it only with those closest to him. During that time, he continued working in TV and film, determined not to let his illness define his career. Tragically, he passed away on September 8, 1991, at the age of 41. Brad Davis' story is one of courage and determination. He refused to be limited by stigma and his performances remain a testament to his talent and resilience. Number 19, Ed Koch, the charismatic and controversial mayor of New York City from 1978 to 1989. Known for his sharp wit and bold personality, Koch became a symbol of New York City's resilience during a challenging time in the city's history. His trademark phrase, "How am I doing?" became part of his larger-than-life persona. While Koch's leadership brought many successes, his legacy is complicated when it comes to the AIDS crisis. As the AIDS epidemic began to devastate New York's gay community in the 1980s, many activists criticized Koch for what they viewed as an inadequate response. Prominent figures like playwright and activist Larry Kramer accused Koch of not doing enough to combat the crisis. Koch himself never publicly acknowledged his sexuality, maintaining his privacy throughout his life. This led to further tension, as some believed his unwillingness to come out affected his handling of LGBTQ+ issues, including AIDS. After leaving office, Koch remained a public figure, writing books, hosting radio shows, and even serving as a judge on the People's Court. He passed away on February 1st, 2013, at the age of 88. His tenure as mayor remains a complex chapter in the history of New York City, reflecting both his achievements and the criticisms of his time. Number 20, Denholm Elliott. A celebrated British actor, is best remembered for his remarkable versatility and charm on screen. With a career spanning decades, he appeared in over 120 films and TV shows, often stealing scenes with his nuanced performances. Many will recognize him as Marcus Brody, the endearing and slightly bumbling museum curator in the Indiana Jones series. Denholm's journey into acting wasn't straightforward. After serving in the Royal Air Force during World War II and surviving 3 years as a prisoner of war, he turned to acting as his calling. His talent quickly gained recognition, earning him roles in both dramatic and comedic films, including A Room with a View and Trading Places. In the late 1980s, Denholm was diagnosed with AIDS. Despite his illness, he continued to work and maintain a strong presence in the entertainment industry. He passed away on October 6, 1992, at the age of 70 due to AIDS-related tuberculosis, at his home on the Spanish island of Ibiza. Denholm Elliott's legacy as one of Britain's finest character actors remains strong. His contributions to film and theater are celebrated to this day, a testament to his incredible talent and resilience. We've now journeyed through the lives of 20 incredible individuals, artists, actors, musicians, and activists who left a lasting impact on the world, but tragically lost their lives to AIDS. Their stories remind us of the talent, courage, and resilience it took to shine in the face of adversity. These figures not only changed their respective fields, but also played a role in raising awareness about HIV, AIDS, breaking stigmas, and inspiring future generations to be more compassionate and understanding. Their legacies live on, teaching us that even in difficult times, the human spirit can thrive through creativity, love, and determination.